Well, I guess we could say the Al's conspicuously absent right now, but maybe we'll hear from him soon. He might be just getting going, and if he gets in here, that would be great. Let's see, we've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 check-ins already. That's great. So, I guess with a little bit larger number, just about the same number as last week, I guess it would be warrant being cautious with the length of transmission, and in the spirit of that, let me keep it short here. So I'm going to give one more listen, and then we will run down the list and get going with round one. Any additional check-ins, please call now. I guess we're missing Bill, WF1L, as well. So hopefully Bill's doing okay. But we have to hear him by this time in the morning. So, in any case, let me run down the list, and then I'll make a few comments, and we'll get things going. So, pens and pencils at the ready. Here's the rundown for round one. It looks like we have 16 or 17 check-ins. So, I'll get things started with some comments, and then I'm going to send it to Steve, K2FW. K2FW would send it to Andy, WA2CDL. WA2CDL would send it to Gary, K1IC. And K1IC would send it to Ross, W1EKG. W1EKG would send it to Chet, K1ZRS. And K1ZRS would send it out to Fred, K8IG there in Cleveland. And if I need to do a relay there, then so be it. And then Fred, K8IG, would send it to Jeff, WA2RAS, in Island Park. WA2RAS would send it to WA1QZX, Dan. And WA1QZX would send it to Jerry, W1ZB. W1ZB would send it to Chris, AJ1G. And AJ1G would send it to Dick, W2DAP. W2DAP would send it to Jim, WA2MER. And WA2MER would send it to Steve, WA1QIX, remote from sunny Florida, via Mirror Lake. WA1QIX would send it to Bill, KD1SH. KD1SH would send it to Peter, W1FEA. And W1FEA would send it to Steve, KB2NQN, also from sunny Florida via New Hampshire. So, great to have you aboard, Steve, for sure. Steve, if there's additional check-ins, I'm going to tack them in after you, and if not, it'll come back up to the top of the list of me for a go at round two. And, of course, if there's other check-ins, we'll tack them in at the end of round one. So there's our rundown. Of course, I can run interference, and of course, I'm going to try to keep it short here. So I'll just share one quick little related cold weather story, and who knows, maybe others will have related cold weather stories. But I suppose Steve's of the South in Florida probably won't have any good cold weather stories for this morning. They'll have balmy, sunny, comfortable conditions to report from down there. But in any case, my wife got a package in the mail yesterday, and she was expecting, she had ordered this liquid coffee concentrate. I think it's called Jot, J-O-T, Jot, and it's like a 20 times concentrated coffee product. So basically it's like liquid instant coffee, which just makes sense. And so I brought it in from the mailbox yesterday, and of course it's in a glass container. And I could see that there was some leakage of the product in the box, and I was like, oh man, I bet you this glass broke and cracked, and you know, the whole thing's going to be ruined. So so I cut the seal off the top because I could tell the top was ajar, and I thought maybe the glass top of the bottle had just popped right off. And instead, what I discovered was that it's kind of the cover on this bottle is kind of like a rubber stopper, almost like a wine cork kind of thing. And so it had pushed the rubber stopper out as the product was freezing in the mailbox, and it did leak some, but it did not break the glass. So that was a very good benefit that we didn't have to throw it away. And we haven't tried the product yet, but it might be something interesting to try. So anyway, weird things happen when it's like 8 below zero, and that's one of the weird things that we saw happen here. So not much else to report. Just I suppose I don't know that anybody. I heard anybody checking in that's kind of different. You know, seeking AM rally. But if folks are doing that, I guess toward the end of our net, if folks want to check in at the bottom of round 1 for contacts and such, I'm sure we could accommodate that somehow. So, all right, let's get it going. Down to Steve, and then on down the list. K2FW and the AM carrier net. Take it away, Steve. This is N1VIV.
Yeah. Can you indulge me for a second, Joe, please?
Oh, yeah, I heard a double there, but let me see. I think that was Steve.
No, Al.